on this lovely and beautiful Friday night. I know I'm doing pretty well. I know I'm doing pretty well myself. And I hope you're doing well too. Today we're doing something a little different from what I usually do. And it's likely that you don't know what I usually do. But we are making a tier list of animals I could kill with my bare hands. Sorry, I was just typing it in to change the title of the YouTube stream here. I'll be back with you in about 45 seconds. Is there a category for just chatting? Well, we could put this under comedy. I didn't make a thumbnail. Hold on. Can I open my Canva as quick as possible and make a 10 out of... Actually, it's fine. It'll be fine. Do I have anything that could work? Booty boo. We can just keep the variety stream. It's okay. We're good. We're good. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I've included some information so we can all be informed on my prowess as... Does this make the light look a little nicer? A little bit, yeah, on my prowess as a man, a body, a killer. So here they are. I've included my stats. Height, weight, power level, estimated power level. And how is power level decided? What does that mean? What could my power level even be considered? Let's say we're talking about you. It's probably much lower than mine. I'll put mine at 7 out of 10. If 5's the average man and 10 is Schwarzenegger, I think I'm a 7. Because then you go personal trainer, kind of after Schwartz, like bodybuilder, personal trainer, your friend who works out a good amount. I'm a little lower than that. The guy who does some cardio every once in a while, plays soccer, and then average guy. And then we go, and then obviously there's all the people after that, which we don't need to get into. So I'm estimating my power level is at 7 out of 10. I'm 6'5", 280 pounds. Hello, Swan Buckets. Just going through my stats here for when I challenge these animals to a match of life and death. So the question really is that we're answering. It kind of sets it up for us here. Hold on, let me scroll a little more. How would you do against these animals in a fight to the death? Fight takes place in the animal's natural habitat. That's important. In water, you get a scuba suit. Also important. Animals will be trying to kill you and won't run away. So I have nothing. Now there's about, 132 animals here. Some of them will be relatively quick, honestly. Like this one right here. If you don't like bugs, don't look. But we got this centipede here. I squished that little motherfucker with my foot. Easy. There's not much to it. Even if it gets on me, I'm slapping him and he's dead. That's just simple. That's simple stuff. But then we go from easy kill to no chance in hell. Let's say, it's hard to find one that I don't have a chance against. Probably a mythical beast like one of these dinosaurs. I don't even know how to approach this fight. And they have sharp teeth. They're much bigger than me. I think I'm just fucking cooked. So that would be a no chance in hell. And then we find our in-between here. So let's get started. I think this is some sort of large fish. I believe that's a human there. And then we've got a big fish here. Big fish is interesting. Because shark is the most dangerous animal in the water, I would presume. Maybe this big squid is. But big fish, you can probably get a hold of that. You can get your fingers in some gills, and you can do a little something to a big fish, honestly. I think the strategy is probably have it charge me. Does big fish have home advantage? Well, yeah. Big fish definitely does have home field advantage because we are in the water and I'm wearing a scuba suit. But honestly, big fish comes at me. I think I tank the first blow, and then I get my hands in the gills. We've got the hands in the gills, and then we just start, pulling, grabbing, doing whatever we can. And, the teeth on these fish aren't usually that scary. Not every fish has a piranha sort of teeth. I think, the way I lose is big fish takes me into a rock and smushes me. Maybe gets a bite at my neck. Something like that. I think the big fish puts up a fight, but is weak enough for me to overpower it. So we're putting that in the puts up a fight tier. Brontosaurus, they don't have a lot to attack with, but the struggle is getting up the neck. Because you have to get up there to start pounding away at the neck and try to get to the head. But they're so tall, they're so hard to climb. It's a difficult task. I think it overpowers me, but I think I do have, if you're giving me 100 chances, I think 10 of them I do some damage and I take it. Next is whatever the hell this little thing is. Looks like another sort of little insect thing. Maybe it's in the water. Either way, I'm just stepping on. Oh, wrong one. Either way, I'm just stepping on. It's a mantis shrimp. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I think they're strong. Step on them. If I can eat a shrimp in one bite, I can kill it with my foot. If I can put the thing in my mouth in a bite, it's easy. And I can do that with the centipede. I just step on it. They kick stronger than a bullet or something. I mean, and apparently ants are really strong, but they can't lift my goddamn ass up, so. Now, here's the octopus. No, I don't want to sound rude. I'm just kind of hyped up right now. Just thinking about all these battles. The octopus. A squishy creature, but a creature with range. As we've seen, they have reach. We've seen them box in cartoons. They've put the gloves on, and they've been quite successful because they have a lot of arms, because their arms are long, and the tentacles, they get a little freaky. You're right. You're definitely right about that. And I think there's a lot of smothering potential here. Because he grabs me with one tentacle, smothers me with the other. What the hell am I even supposed to do there? A lot of these are easier if I have a knife. But again, I don't have a knife. It's bare hands. So I honestly think there's almost no chance in hell. Because I'm also assuming this is like a big one. Like this octopus is bigger than me. I don't know why. I probably shouldn't be. I don't know how big maybe that's a squid. No, that's an octopus. Maybe it's a squid. I don't fucking care. Either way, I think it gets me. Unless it's one of the little squids, like a blooper in Mario. If it's one of those things, I can take that easily. But if it's like a big octopus, like I think there's no chance in hell. Great white shark. if you take into account my power level of 7 out of 10, and you take into account the fact that people have fought great white sharks and won. Now, usually they do have a knife, but you can slam the nose, you can get at the eyes, and honestly, you get in the gills. The thing with the fish is they have a weak spot. The gills are a weak spot for sure. Now, I have a weak spot to its teeth, which is pretty much my whole body. But the question is, can I kill it with my bare hands? Not if I live after. Now, I do think, because we're in the water, if we're on land, this is easy. I kill the shark easily. I just walk up behind it. Like, it's no contest at all. I think it's a 50-50. Because depending on where the shark bites really can hamper my ability to fight back. But I do think it's a 50-50 on this one. I think this is a tiger shark. This one, I'm not quite sure. Maybe you know more about, marine life. I've been told all you need to do is punch them in the nose. I think that's to get away, but I think to kill, you need to do a little more damage. Like, I think punch in the nose makes their jaw go open. Go open. I'm tweaking out right now, man. This shark is smaller. I think is it easy or does it put up a fight? I think it's easy, honestly. I think a smaller shark is much easier. I've fished. I've reeled in some bass and I've reeled in some pike in my day, and I've wrangled those to the best of my ability. So I can take a small little shark. It's like not even a consideration, honestly. Pufferfish. The question with the pufferfish is if they're poisonous. Because all I really have to do is tank the pricks going into my hands and squish it. That's all I really have to do to kill this thing. Maybe there's something you can do with the mouth. Maybe you pull trig in the mouth of the pufferfish. But honestly, like, I don't think it's poisonous, so I think I'm riding high. Lemur, again, this is one of those things where it's like, if you get the tail, what the fuck can it even do? King Julian was one of the biggest betas I've ever seen in a movie. He is a king, but he's gonna be a dead king if he comes up against me. If I see him in the alley. Pterodactyl. I hesitate to put any of the dinosaurs above Not a Chance in Hell. Because they're so big. Like, that's the thing that honestly makes them seem fake, is how big that they were. And a pterodactyl also has the sky advantage. It's not like I have a gun to shoot at it. So I have to wait for it to come to me. Flying is a complete game changer. You're right. Because I'm living on their terms now. I'm living on the terms of a beast that comes to me. So it comes to me. I've got to kind of let it grab me in an advantageous way. Because if you've seen Jurassic World, what happens is it'll swoop down, grab me, lift me, drop me, catch me, lift me, drop me, catch me, and then eat me or something. You know what happened to the one assistant. I think the pterodactyl takes me easily. And I don't even think I have much of a chance. The orca is an interesting beast. They call it the shark killer. It's one of the most aggressive whales. It's big, too. Um, but my question is, as the fish get bigger, does that open up the potential for me to do a sort of, take a hit to make the play sort of situation where I go inside the whale and then I do my damage in there? Sort of like a Pinocchio situation, sort of like a Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy sort of situation. Can I can the call come from inside the house is really what we're asking ourselves with the whales. I think the orca's a little too small, and I think it is just too, the teeth are scary. It is a killer. I think it overpowers me. I think there's a chance I do a good amount of damage in a couple of the rounds. Swordfish, you gotta be fucking kidding me here. That's number one, they're not real. If we're being completely honest, I'm not trying to deny science. I'm not convinced that a swordfish is real. And look, I'm an agnostic, if anything. But the existence of a swordfish kind of proves that there's someone up there fucking around. Okay? Honestly, the gunfish is kind of like the sharks with lasers on their heads. It's kind of the thing. It's the same thing with narwhals, where you're like, okay, so who's playing the prank? Who's the prankster here? It's either God or Yahweh. I don't think Buddha created the universe. I went to a religious school, but I forget all of it. Horses with giant necks or horses with a horn? Which makes more sense? Wait, what's the horse with the giant neck? Is that just normal horse? Or is that donkey? Giraffe. We love the giraffe. I've been compared to a giraffe before. I had quite the neck in high school. Honestly, I had quite the neck. Swordfish, I think it again, 100 fights, I'm winning 95 of them. No, I'm winning 85 of them. It's going to stab me a couple times, but we just respawn and go back at it, honestly. Is this the narwhal? I think this is the narwhal. It would help if they made the pictures a little bit bigger or like had a descriptor on them. Yeah, there's no hover thing. The narwhal, I honestly think it's 50-50. I think I can get in there. I can do some damage. And I'm not convinced that they're real. Number two. I don't know. I could fuck up a narwhal easily, I think. Maybe that's hubris, but I don't really care. I will kill a narwhal if you give me a chance with my bare hands. In a scuba suit, obviously, but with my bare hands. This monkey, the monkeys are also an interesting one because they are so strong. They can be so strong because they just got that pure muscle because they don't have the GMOs. Obviously. I think normal size monkey, it's a 50-50. But then when we get down to some of the bigger ones, that's when it's really a test. I think normal size monkey, we're kind of brain and brawn are kind of even. Gorilla, orangutan, we're getting into brawn is a little more than the brain, honestly. Capuchin, the ones that like to fuck each other, we're getting closer to brain is bigger than brawn. Hippopotamus, I think there's almost no chance. I went to horseback riding camp for a little while, like literally a week in grade school. And horses are a nightmare in terms of their size and their strength. So you're telling me that something bigger and heavier and not faster, but kind of like close to as fast is coming after me, no thanks. I don't think there's a chance. Maybe if I get on its back and and I haven't clipped my nails in a while or something. But I don't even know. I can't even pretend to figure out how to kill a hippopotamus. The human man. Some would say Earth's most dangerous animal. I would say Earth's biggest pussy animal. I don't think I should be saying that, but I think my power rating of 7 out of 10 would suggest I'm going to win most of the time. But I think there are some variables that kind of make it a 50-50. Like, you have some of the best UFC fighters, and these fights, 2 of the best in the world, and they come up to coin tosses. 6'5" and feminist implies you'd win 90% of them. Am I the feminist? Or are they the feminist? Or are both of us, because we're enlightened males? That's one of the real questions. I am the feminist. Okay. Thank you for informing me. Kangaroo Jack is kind of my biggest interface with these. And that one video where the kangaroo's got the guy's dog and the guy punches the kangaroo and the kangaroo stumbles back. I think the kangaroos are I think 55 out of 100 fights, the kangaroo beats me. But I think I have a good chance. You wait for the kangaroo to overcommit, and then you drag it down. And you go hog wild on that son of a bitch. I think we're going 50-50 on that, honestly. I think it actually is very close to 50-50. Seahorse looks like it's a little spiky. I don't know, man. Like, what the fuck is it supposed to even do to me? I could kill that thing, and then I could kill one of these every morning if I had to, and it would not be a problem. It wouldn't change my life at all. So that's easy. That's an easy kill. Dinosaur with the head cap. Dinosaur with the Yankee no brim. I don't know, man. The dinosaurs, again, that's hard. It's hard to convince myself that I'd beat a dinosaur, especially when it's got that fucking head and it's running right at me. Like, that's a toughie. That's definitely a toughie. And I don't think I have a chance in that. The cock or the rooster, as some would say. If this was Jacques Lecoq Grande, I would beat him for sure. If the human man was wearing a Yankee cap no brim, I lose all the time. I lose every time. But this guy he looks a little beefy. I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure. But every grown man's got a set of nuts. Well, not everyone, because some of them, they have cancer and shit like that. But I'm going to assume this guy has a set of nuts, and you know what a set of nuts does? It brings him down. But Yankee cap no brim, there's no chance I'm winning. There's no chance I'm beating that man. The cock, the rooster, I think it puts up a fight. But if the love guru can take Jacques Lecoq Grande's massive guard cock down, I can take this down. And look, I know the love guru is an expert in the Wolverine fighting style, but the seal, we've been killing seals for years. I'm sorry, but you hit them a couple times, man. What is it going to do? What is the attack mechanism of a seal? At least the walrus has the teeth. Okay? The teeth can be scary. The teeth can do damage. The seal has nothing. The seal does nothing. Walrus puts up a fight, honestly, because it's so big. But the seal, the fuck do you think the seal's going to even come close to doing to me? Not even close. Platypus, if it's Perry, it's going to be tough. If it's a normal platypus, it's going to be easy as all hell. Like, no. Actually, there's no chance a platypus kills me, because I'd be so embarrassed if they put that on my tombstone that a platypus killed me. First of all, where the hell did I find a platypus? No one's ever seen one. They're basically dodo birds. I don't think I've ever seen one. I've gone into the zoo 20 times in my life. I've never seen a platypus. What's going on there? Beaver, a little bit more of a fight. They're wily. They can build. If the animal can build, I'm in trouble. The beaver is probably going to put up a fight because those teeth are scary. And they have the intelligence to build dams. Platypuses aren't real. For sure. Dog. Are you fucking kidding me? Especially this guy. Maybe this guy. Honestly, if it's this guy. No. I'm sorry. That dog is done. Like, I love dogs. I don't want to hurt dogs, but it's me or the dog's going. I was thinking that they are stronger, but then I looked through and I was like, this isn't every dog. This is a fluffy looking house dog. This dog is the one I gotta be scared of. This is the scary dog. Spider, easy. Again, stomp it. Like, that's not even close. Frog, dead. Some of these I don't even have to think about. Scorpion is another one. You step on it. Snake, big snake, is tough. Partially because I'm afraid of snakes. I don't like them. I never liked when they would bring the reptiles to your school, or you'd go to your parents' work and they had reptiles there for the Christmas party. That's not Christmas. That's not what Santa Claus brought for me. And they've brought the reptiles, and oh, you want me to touch a snake? It's a Tuesday at 3 p.m. I'm not going to touch an anaconda, brother. That's ridiculous. Who's expecting a child to do that? No one should be. But they did. I don't like snakes. And I think it's a 50-50, honestly, because of my fear. Maybe the snake overpowers me. What do you mean snakes sound terrifying? Have you never seen a snake, Swan? You know they're real. One time I ran over a snake with my bike. And it fucking deserved it. There's no snakes in New Zealand? Was St. Patrick down there as well? Is that a Frodo? Like, how did that happen? Oh, it's because... Sorry, I forgot that New Zealand is, like, safe. It's kind of like a safe haven for, like, people because there's no dangerous shit there, but it's all in Australia. I don't know how that happened. I don't know who's done that, but... That's crazy that there's no snakes in New Zealand. Anyway. Horse. Horse is tough, man. Other than the earthquakes, but that's a small price to pay. And honestly, it's probably a little fun. Like, are the earthquakes bad? It's not like Haiti 2010. We are the world. We are the people. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start living. Or just like a waving flag. Like, they're not that bad, right? My city was turned upside down in 2011. Damn, man. Hollow Earth. Hollow Earth ass motherfucker over here. Horse. The thing with horses is, like, they break a leg, they can't do much. But if it's that or snakes, I'll take earthquakes every day. I hate snakes. Maybe honestly, maybe I'm just Indiana Jones posting, but horse, I think it's 50-50. I could honestly, if the horse is charging at me, you can dive at their legs and probably take them out. And then, like, what the fuck are they gonna do? You break a horse's leg, like, they're sticks. Horses are ridiculous because of how small their legs are. If horses had the legs of, like, I don't know. I don't even know what animal. I guess animals don't tend to have big legs, huh? But if their legs were, like, proportional to their body, they'd be a little scarier. And they are powerful, and I know all that, and they're a bunch of muscle, but I don't understand how the horse legs are so weak. I agree with you. I think it's a 50-50 because horses are, like, really strong. And if I miss the dive and the horse just sits on me, I'm fucking cooked. So, dolphin, on the other hand, I don't know, man. I've gone swimming with dolphins a couple times in my life, and they told me not to touch the fin because it hurts them. And I was like, oh, cheat code. That's all I have to do. Like, I didn't touch it, obviously. But if I'm fighting a dolphin, you better know I'm going after the fucking dorsal fin, and I'm smashing him in the nose. And there's, like, it's not easy. It'll get me a couple times out of 100, but for the most part, I'm probably going to kill that motherfucker. Wolf. I think wolf takes me. I honestly think wolf takes me. And it's one wolf, not a pack of wolves. There are a couple avenues for me to win. I think you maybe, like, put your fist in their mouth or something. Like, there are some ways I can win, but I think for the most part, the wolf is going to take me and kill me and have its way with me. And I think it's the same with the pit bull. I don't know if that's actually a pit bull, but that's kind of the dog I'm working with here. I think the pit bull takes me. The bobcat, they're pretty small. Seeing them in my life, they weren't that scary, but they've got claws. They're a big cat, and I don't like cats, really. I think they're too pointy and too sharp. They have too much that can hurt you to be a reasonable thing to, like, interact with. And I do have allergies to cats. You're actually right. Yeah, you're right. I think it's a 50-50, though, because they're not that big. They're quick and fast, but if Ricky Bobby can take a cougar that's in his dad's car, if he can survive that, I can probably survive the fucking bobcat, man. Lion, on the other hand, I don't think there's a chance. It's faster than me. It's stronger than me. It bites harder. There's nothing I can do against a lion. I honestly don't think. Because I think the way most people survive lion attacks is by the lion just, like, not completely killing them. But in this case, like, the lion is going to completely kill you. So, yeah. Are we looking at a coyote here? I think that's a coyote kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not great with animals. If it's a coyote, I've got a 50-50 chance. I've seen them around Toronto. I've seen them in my backyard. They're big. They're tough, but, like, the coyote wolves, you got to worry about those. It's like a mix between the wolf and a coyote, which shouldn't be allowed. I don't know how that happened. Coyotes are just when dogs and wolves fuck, I'm pretty sure. I'm probably spreading a lot of misinformation here, but who gives a darn? Who gives a darn? I think we're looking at the Komodo dragon here. The Komodo dragon, Again, a relatively small lizard. I think it's kind of fast, but let's say it comes at me, I jump and I try to ride that motherfucker like a skateboard and I crush it. Like, I don't... Maybe it gets me a couple times, but for the most part, it's probably a pretty easy one. Especially with my power level. He's got some armor, but I've got damn near 300 pounds pressing down on his spine. Like, come on. I'm going to take that. Easily. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that some sort of like big insect sort of thing? Or either way, it looks like I can step on it. Maybe that's just me. But I think that's an easy kill. I don't know what that is. It looks creepy. I don't really want to look at it for much longer. But I think I can kill that like relatively effectively. The sea urchin is tough. The sea urchin is going to be a tough one. Because I don't know, like you get pricked, that's where the poison is. And that's how it'll kill me, obviously. If you had steel cap boots, it would be, the sea urchin for sure would be easy. But we're in scuba gear. So maybe use the flipper to do something to it. I think the rule on footwear is I'm wearing either regular like runners or flippers if I'm in the water. So maybe you can do something with the flipper to kind of fuck it up, but like you gotta be careful. And I'm not the most precise with my movements, we could say. So I think it puts up a fight, honestly. More than most of these. Just because one prick and I'm probably dead. The Emperor Penguin, I don't know, how tall are these? How tall is an Emperor Penguin? 120 centimeters means got damn near nothing to me. 3 to 4 feet tall. Happy feet looking ass. A 3 to 4 foot tall person. So we're talking little people, big world. Not to be rude. Just to give a sense of scale. No hands. Not really any feet. Got a beak though. Yeah. I think it's pretty easy. I'm just going to RKO that motherfucker. Like, you slam it on the... I don't even know how penguins get up. Truly and honestly. How do they stand back up? It can't be very quick. I think the penguin's cooked. Sorry. Sorry, Happy Feet lovers. Sorry. Sorry, Surf's Up family. Polar bear, there's not a fucking chance. There's not a chance. Those things are big, and they're scary, and they're mean. And if I'm in the Arctic, like, because remember, I'm also fighting the penguin up in the North Pole. I'm fighting the polar bear up in the North Pole as well. And I'm like, I'd assume I'm wearing a jacket. I'm wearing the proper gear. So that's easy. I'll fuck this guy up easily. The polar bear will just shred right through me. They're horrible. This little thing, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. And I don't know why it's looking at me like it thinks it could beat me. Badger, maybe? Is that a badger? And either way, it'll probably get a couple times out of 100. Not. I'm not too worried about it. It'll put up a fight. I'll come away with some scratches, but fuck him up pretty easily. Orangutan. the least scary in the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Maybe because they sort of cast them as the wise elders. I think it'll overpower me just because they're so strong. And it's got a lot of mass. But I can get in there. I can do some damage to it. And these little flaps here around him, I don't know what those are, but you better bet your fucking bottom bareback butt-ass dollar that I'm grabbing those. So, cow. Cow's a bit of a toughie. I think it's in the horse category where it's a 50-50. It's big and it's strong. But also I ride that motherfucker or I jump at its legs or I knock it in the socket or whatever, and I can probably do something to it. The bull, I think, takes me. The horns are a real advantage here. I think it's surprising how few people get gored by bulls. Mostly just because, they probably should be getting fucked up more by the bulls. And I think I would get fucked up more. Maybe it's a 50-50. But I think for the most part, the bull's going to take me. Raccoon, I have no worries about the raccoon. Because maybe I'm getting a few scratches. It jumps at my face, scratches on me. I don't think there's a way for the raccoon to do a killing blow. Unless it's got, AIDS under its fingernails or something. But I don't think that counts. And it would be dead before that. So I think I'm killing the raccoon easily. The deer, again, nothing in my body is afraid of the deer. I'm sure it would catch me with its horns a little bit. But I don't know, man. You stand in front of it, it comes charging at you, you move to the side, you grab its neck, you wrestle it down. What the hell is it going to do? I don't think it's an easy kill. I think it puts up a fight, but there's not a lot of fear in me. There is one scary looking fish coming up. This guy? The piranha? We'll get to him. The crane or the heron. Flying is an element of it. These guys aren't that dangerous. They've got the long neck, which you can exploit. And they're not that big. That's an easy one. It comes down at me. Grab it. Wiggle it around a bit. It can't do anything. Vultures, they have some meat to them. The vulture has some meat. Anything with anything with skinny legs is easy. In my opinion. The vulture is scary. I think it puts up a fight, but I think if I ground it, it's cooked. It's got no chance if I ground it. Did I say that this is all sponsored by PETA? They sponsored me to do this one. I should probably make that clear in the title or something. But this is a sponsored segment. Anyway, turtle, easily killed. Oh, actually, if I'm in the water, it's a little tougher. Yeah, go check them out. I'm not sure what they do. Sorry. If I'm in the water with the turtle, because I was thinking I'm on land and it's a little morbid, but elbow slam the fucking turtle. Maybe I'll break my elbow. That's not going to kill me. In the water, it's a little tougher. You got to get a little more creative. Probably do a little more yanking. But I don't know what it's easy. I don't know what it's going to attack me with. The thing with a lot of these ones especially, is the seal. What's the rush? It's not like I have to kill it in 45 seconds. We're playing the long game on some of these. We're playing the long game on the penguin, for sure. We're a long game in the turtle. We're a long game in the seal. I think this is tortoise, maybe snapping turtle. It'll get a couple licks in, but I'm killing it easily. This shiny looking colorful ass little motherfucker. Oh, I think that's a cuttlefish, maybe. That's a little dangerous. Small poisonous octopus squid, maybe. That's interesting. Because the poison's a little OP. Poison's a little OP. You got to think about it. I think I kill it before the poison kills me, though. I think it's 50-50. I think it's 50-50. Poison is meta for the animals. This guy looks like he's got a big mouth. Kind of looks like he's just talking tough, honestly. I think it's... What is that? What are we looking at there? Is that like a baby bear? Maybe a wolverine. I think that might be a wolverine. Those things are... I don't know. Interesting. I think the wolverine is a 50-50. Because they're not big. And that makes it a little easier, honestly. Oh, I just realized that my stream's unlisted on YouTube. That's not helpful if I want someone to watch it. The Wolverine's a 50-50. For sure. The snake, I think this is like a oh, that's a rattlesnake. Again, can I zoom out a little bit? There we go. Where did I put the other snake? I put the other snake at 50-50. I think the rattlesnake takes me, honestly. Because I'm going to be scared of it. And they're poisonous. And I think before I can do anything to it, it'll probably get me. This little fucker, whack-a-mole. Easy. He's dead. Skunk, dead. The only thing I gotta worry about the skunk is stinking after. But brother, give me some tomato juice, and I'll hop in the tub. Zebra, maybe. I don't even think the zebra can do much to me, honestly. I'm actually not afraid of the zebra at all. I've seen zebras before. If you knock those little fuckers over, it's child's play. So that's an easy three easy kills there. Woodland creatures and basically a fucking donkey, man. The piranha. Fast. Small. I'm assuming it's an individual one. They don't have poison. They just bite. They got sharp teeth. I think I can grab it in the water after a couple bites. Yeah, I think I can get it. Maybe it's a 50-50, but I think I can get it after a couple bites and put it down and make a little sashimi out of it. I don't know what this is. This looks like a mound of dirt. Oh, that's ants, I think. Red ants? If they're red ants, maybe it's a little tougher. But like... Well, do I have to kill all the ants? Because then that's tough. Like, that'll just take some time. Is it ants or ant? If it's ant, we shouldn't even be having a discussion. This should not be in here. I think if it's ants, like... Depends on the kind, but like for them, I'm probably gonna kill the fuckers. You just smack your arms off. Woolly mammoth. That's a tough one. They're big. They're climbable, though. The hair makes them quite climbable. I think the woolly mammoth is kind of a 50-50. Hold on, let me zoom out a little more. Because they're so big. But, like, I think there's some weak points that I could find there. I do think there's just a big chance of getting trampled. Of you're trying to climb, you fall off, you get stepped on, kind of a thing. Or they flip you off the front, land on the spike, you're fucking dead fish on there. Koala, literally not even like a fucking second thought. Maybe as someone who's adjacent to down under, you can tell me, but like, maybe I'll get a little syphilis or something. Maybe a little chlamydia. Is that what they have? But I don't know. I'm not too worried about that. They have cures for both of those, I'm pretty sure. Gorilla. The silverback. 100 men versus a gorilla. Most people said the gorilla, I think. One-on-one against a gorilla, I think it's the gorilla quite easily. Strong, fast, agile. There's really not much I can do to the gorilla. To the sloth, yeah, again, slow as fuck. Honestly, dumb as fuck. Like, I'm not trying to slander a lot of these animals, but like, I think most people could deal with a sloth pretty easily. Tortoise, again, easy. It's slower than the turtle. And it's on land. That makes it so much easier. The porcupine, sure, I'll get a couple quills in me. I'll get quilled up a little bit. But, I don't know, man. He gets one shot at the quills. So, put up a fight for sure. Yeah, you put up a fight. Yeah. Yeah, you could put up a fight. But it's definitely not going to kill me. And what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And I level up. It's like a roguelike. The blue whale, I'm thinking I'm doing a Pinocchio kind of situation here. I think you go inside. For sure. You go inside. It's like Gretzky in his office. And you just go at it. You do whatever you can to the inside of him. And you just fuck that whale up, man. You treat that whale like it banged your grandma and then left her. I think it'll put up a fight. There's a chance that I'll die a couple times in the whale. But like, I'll fucking kill that motherfucker most of the time. The camel, again, it's a skinny-legged animal. I don't know. It's big. But a lot of these, you get them down on your side, you're just pounding. You're pounding on the animal. There's really not much that a lot of these can do if they're on their side. The zebra, the horse is a little scarier just because I have experience with horses. Honestly, I should probably move the cow into easy mode. No, the cow's heavier. I should move the horse into... I'll move the horse into puts up a fight. But honestly, it should probably be an easy. Whereas the T-Rex, who is saying they can kill a T-Rex? I think there's one of these dinosaurs I can probably take, though. The llama? Alpaca? I don't give a fuck. Aldeta. This dog, that looks like a big boy. Is the Aldeta. Yeah, man. I think I have more of a chance against this one than the pit bull. And again, more of a chance against this one than the pit bull. Let me zoom in to see what a couple of these are. Is that mice? That's rats. Oh, and that's a bear. Okay. Against the rats, multiple rats. I think they put up a fight. Yeah, I think they put up a fight, man. I think it's pretty easy to kill a rat. If it's coming at you to kill you. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not too worried about a fucking Ratatouille, man. Pig, oinker, dead. Dead. Sorry. I'm having bacon for dinner. The pig's dead. There's literally, what is the pig gonna do to me? That's the other question with these. It's like, what are they gonna do to me that's gonna be so bad that I can't kill them? And the pig is going to do nothing. Maybe it'll run at my knees. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've been around pigs. I can fuck up a pig easily. Peacock, again, it's one of those situations where it's like there's too much to grab and they're too fragile. The peacock is a fragile animal. Why do you think it has such a big tail? It's like some of these guys with their Bugattis and their fancy cars. They're fragile. Why do you think they got the big cars? The peacock's fragile. And I will kill the peacock. This dinosaur looks a little fucked up. And honestly, either this one, one of those two I can kill. Maybe this one. I don't know what that is, but maybe that one. I think this one has poison, so I'm going to go this one I have a 50-50 shot against. This dinosaur, I think it's small. It's got the handle. You've got the handle to grab onto. Like, I honestly think this one puts up a fight. I know I was saying it's hard to like justify a lot of the dinosaurs, but that one, I think that one I clear easily. Stingray and manta ray, I guess. Hate both of these animals. After Steve Irwin died, went on a cruise with my mom and my sister. We stopped in Jamaica. We went swimming with stingrays. And all I could think was, these little fuckers are going to stab me through the chest and kill me. I was crying. I was probably 7 or 8 years old. I was so scared. I had to get back on the boat. I didn't want to be around those fuckers. And honestly, I still don't. I was more recently in the water with some of them, doing some snorkeling. Doing a little snorkeling. And yeah, we had an understanding. I think it's 50-50 for both of them. Because I don't like the tails. I do not like the tails at all. The tails freak me out. Ostrich, brother, like, what the fuck is an ostrich gonna do to me? Honestly. Peck me? Oh no, he's pecked me. Fuck you. Easily dead. The ostrich is... Better start digging a stupid shaped grave, because that ostrich is going in it. The velociraptor, kind of small. If you talk to them right, like Chris Pratt, you can get them to stop. I think it probably overpowers me. It's got some tenacity, but I think I can take it a couple times. This little thing, I don't know what the hell that little blade on its back is supposed to do, but it's cooked. Again, if it's below knee height, there's a pretty easy path to me killing it. It looks cool, and it'll look cool stuffed on my wall after I murder it. Maybe it's got some crazy jaws. Maybe. But the head's cut out of the picture. Armadillo. We're long gaming it. I'm not in a rush to kill the armadillo. Honestly, I could pick up the fucker and boil it in some water. Get it out of its shell. Bang, bang, bang. I know it could be upsetting to some people who may be watching this video, but these are the things we have to think about when we're thinking about the future of our society. Sorry. Donkey. This donkey's smaller than a camel. About zebra size. Yeah, man. I'll fucking kill the donkey. Hey. Oh, I'm begging. Honestly, how tall is Shrek? Shrek height in feet. I'm very excited. How tall are the characters in Shrek? How tall is Shrek? How tall is Shrek? Shrek's height compared to here. Shrek is 7 feet tall. Maybe I should be looking up how tall is Donkey then. If Shrek is 7 feet tall and 450 pounds, Christ. What do you mean? Shrek is taller than Donkey by 2 feet. I could have told you that when I was 6 years old. Who's asking this question? Shrek or Donkey? Who's taller? Who's asking that? So I'm about 7 inches shorter than Shrek. I don't know, man. I could kill a fucking donkey, I think. Maybe if it's one of the donkeys that are half dragon, it'll be a little more difficult, but I think for the most part the donkey's cooked. This spiky ass dinosaur, there's no chance in hell. There's no chance in hell that I'm killing that dinosaur. And I feel like it's the same with this one. And we're rolling into a streak here where it's like I don't think I have much of a chance, cuz this is a grizzly bear. Again, I know my limits. Guys, the grizzly bear is mighty. It's powerful. I don't know why it's the AI generated shot of like a Western where they're having a showdown at noon with a grizzly bear, but I think the grizzly bear cooks me, and I don't know what this is. It looks like another dinosaur, and I think the dinosaur cooks me as well. This one, it's poison, but I think it's small. This is all judging from Jurassic Park. We'll put it in the Velociraptor category. Oops, sorry. If we do, and then we do this. Is that too zoomed out? Is that okay? I think that's okay. Maybe one more in. We probably don't have to see the whole thing all the time. Tiger. Where did I put lion? I put lion in no chance. Lion, tiger's just female lion, I'm pretty sure. So I don't. Maybe. No, there's no chance, honestly. There's no chance. I don't like cats. I really do not like cats. Capybara? I'm sorry, little bro. I know you're thick as fuck, but I'm gonna stop you. You're at a point, it's kind of monotonous because my power level's at 7. Most of these animals' power levels are not even close. maybe I should have picked a harder list. I don't know. Maybe I should have been fighting mythical fucking creatures. But most of these are easy kills. According to me. Fox. If I can kill a fucking horse, I can kill a fox. Am I wrong? Is that a wrong assessment? Please, please, anyone, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, wait, I'm not, because no one's here. Crab. Stomp the crab. Like, who is saying that the crab can kill them? Liars or people with low power levels? I don't know what to tell you, man. Cobra. Where did I put the other poisonous snake? Where did I put the rattler? The rattlesnake. Rattlesnake. There. Is that the rattlesnake? I think that's the rattlesnake. Cobra goes with rattlesnake. They're pretty much the same. They're essentially the same snake. Which, you know, gives me little chance. What is this, a hedgehog? You trying to make me fight fucking Sonic? Brother, I have interacted with hedgehogs. Cute. Very cute. Incredibly cute. I don't think there's much that little fucker can do to me, man. It's an easy kill. That is an easy kill. The Mighty Moose, however, as a Canadian, I must respect the moose. And honestly, I've seen a couple meese. And they are massive. If you hit a moose, you can hit a deer with your car, not no problem, but like you're probably going to be fine unless it goes right through the windshield into you. If you hit a moose with your car, you might as well hit a fucking semi-truck. These things are huge. That said, I think I have a chance. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being delusional. I think I have a chance. It can charge at me all at once. At the end of the day, it's a skinny leg little fuck. Maybe do some squats. Maybe try to toughen up a little bit. Sorry. And the caribou. Caribou's a 50-50. Actually, the caribou's a 50-50. They're smaller than meese. And yeah, I honestly, caribou's 50-50. It's just simple arithmetic. I don't know what this little fucker is. Looks like a little, maybe like a red panda. Maybe like a koala bear. No, this is koala bear. I don't know what this little fucker is. Maybe it's a killer. Maybe it's, you know, teeth pop out from everywhere and bite you. Again, I think it's pretty easy. Judging by this list, I can kill most of the animal kingdom. So far. Crocodile? Crocodile. I think we're in 50-50 zone with the croc. Maybe as someone from down under, you have a little more experience with the crocs. I've seen a couple crocs in my day. I've been to the Everglades. Or no, alligators, sorry. Alligators. I've seen a couple alligators in my day. Never seen one of an alligator either. Wow, New Zealand really is safe. A safe place. I've seen a couple alligators in the Everglades. Yeah, man. Like, they're big and they're scary and like yada yada yada. Maybe it takes an arm. You know, maybe it takes an arm. But I don't know, man. I think I killed that little fucker pretty easily. Like, not kill it easily, but like if you give me 100 tries, I'm killing it 50% of the time. Chimpanzee. Chimpanzee is a bit of a tough one. I put that other monkey here, and I think that monkey's a little bigger, but chimpanzees, they'll go for your eyes, man. Now, I got kind of, my eyes are a little small, And I got a bit of a like. They're kind of deep set. My dad said that it was because our ancestors used to. It was like to help protect from tigers scratching them out or something. I think he fucking lied about that. I think that was a lie. But I think the chimpanzee's a 50-50. Same with the crocodile. Monkeys are tough, man. Monkeys are tough. You say, or alligator, sorry. You say the alligator has more raw power, but the monkey, maybe it's built some tools. Maybe it's got a colony of gooners. Maybe the goon culture with the monkeys has made them ravenous for blood. And he goes and he rips my balls off because he wants the blood and he wants human seed. Something to consider for sure. Kitty cat. I don't like cats. I think most of them could beat me up. I think that little kitty and Emily, my sister, if you're watching this, please give me grace, but that little kitty's fucked. That cat's fucked. Squirrel, equally. I'm killing the squirrel. I've fed squirrels peanuts. I held their lives in my hands. And I spared their lives, but I held them in my hands. Armadillo? Did I already do armadillo? Anteater maybe? Is that an anteater? What are we looking at here? Something weird. This is an opossum. I'm pretty sure those fuckers are blind or something. There's one in our back deck. He's big. Yeah, he's big for sure. You think that's an armadillo? Then what's this? Roly-poly? I could kill that fucker too. I hated that motherfucker, roly-poly. Roly-poly, only suck on my big dongoli, man. A possum, I can kill almost any woodland creature if necessary. Yeah. Anything that Snow White summons with her songs, I can kill. They look much the same. Yeah, they do. And so I'm going to put them in the same category. And if it's got like a protective shell, I'll long game it again. We have time to long game it. What are we looking at here? Maybe this is like a chipmunk. Again, chipmunk is in the woodland creature category. It's dead. Hyena? Hyenas are interesting. The hyena is an interesting one. Small, fast, really aggressive, basing most of this off the Lion King. I think it puts up a fight, but 70% of the time I'm taking it down. I think that's kind of where the power ranking comes in. The power rating comes in, and 70% of the time I take the hyena. Giraffe, kind of a horse situation here. You take out the legs, not too much it can do. It'll swing the neck at me. I understand and I appreciate that, and I appreciate that it's trying. But we kind of got to go with the horse method here and take the legs out. And for sure, the head's going to connect a handful of times. The head is definitely going to connect. But, brother, we're talking giraffes. So that's a relatively easy dub for me. Rhino's in the same category as hippo in my mind. Big, fast, not much I can do if I get a hold of it. So that's a no chance in hell for me. What's this little fucker I'm looking at here? It's cute. Let me scroll off the bugs. It's cute for sure. It's cute for sure, but that's to its detriment. Sorry. But you're in the easy kill category, little feller. Don't want to ruin your whole day. But, I hope you have a good one. The grizzly bear. Again, any bear is in this not a chance category. They're just too strong. The buffalo, the mighty buffalo. I think the mighty buffalo is in the overpowers me category. They're like, how much does a buffalo weigh? I think they're like 700 pounds. No, 1,000 to 2,200 pounds. It's tough for me to rationalize doing anything to that. But I think our ancestors, not our ancestors, honestly, not even my ancestors. Maybe, no, in New Zealand, probably not. The natives who used to roam the plains of America killed the buffalo. And they weren't working with much more than what I had. So I think there's, again, we're fighting the thing 100 times. I think I get 15 good shots in, and I get them. But 85 of those times, the mighty buffalo takes me. The goat, I don't even want to, I think it's a waste of time for me to consider the goat, if I'm being completely honest. I can kill the goat easily. Our natives hunted a bird similar to the emu ostrich to extinction. That's actually very interesting. Which, it wasn't the dodo, right? That's not similar to the emu or ostrich. That's a dumbass looking bird. What bird was it? Do you know the name of it? It was a moa. Let me look that thing up. Moa bird. Damn. That's big, man. That's huge. So if they can kill that, I can kill the buffalo. I don't think that's much of an issue. The mountain goat, or maybe it's a ram. I think it puts up more of a fight than the goat, but not much. Not much more of a fight. The cheetah, it's got speed on me for sure. It's got the speed on me. The question is, do I have no chance, or does it overpower me? Or do I have a 50-50 shot? Because they're not that big. I think I'm 50-50 against the cheetah. Is that crazy? The Haast eagle. Do you think I could kill the Haast eagle with my bare hands? The elephant. I respect the elephant for its wisdom. That it can find where it's going. And remember, paths that are very long. But, yeah. Now, the elephant's got a lot of thick skin. It's hard to get through that barehanded. So the play is something with the trunk, I guess. But the elephant's got a lot of armor. Honestly, it's got hippo kind of armor, and I don't think that's going to be easy to get through. The panda bear, on the other hand, I think it's kind of slow. It's too slow for me. I don't think it's easy, for sure, but I think it'll put up a fight. Yeah, I'll dap it up after. I'll respect it. I've seen Kung Fu Panda, but even then he's slamming the dumplings like crazy. So, I don't know. The Bald Eagle. He's the Dragon Warrior, that one. Yeah, well, I'm going to be dragging my warrior across his face when I'm done. The Bald Eagle. We've got a similar situation here to... What was that last bird? The crane. This is a little more aggressive than the crane. It's kind of in the vulture category because it's sharper. But yeah, I think it's smaller than the vulture, but it's sharper, so I think that evens it out. I think this is the octopus or maybe the squid. Maybe that first one that we did was the squid. Or no, the octopus, and this is the squid. Looks more squid-like. I think squid goes in the same category as octopus. Those things, they fuck me up. I don't know what's going on with them. And we've got the biggest one on the list here, and this is going to feel wrong. I don't feel good about what I'm about to do. The Human Woman, I believe that's Jessica Alba. Let's get some stats on Jessica Alba quickly. She's 44 years old. Maybe I shouldn't ask a woman her weight, but let's look at her height. She's probably she's 5'7". Okay. A little above average. Let's see her body statistics. 56 kg. I don't know what that means. Dark brown hair. Nickname Sky Angel. No one's ever called her that. Jessica Marie Warren. Skank Butt. Okay. 44 years old. Pomona. She's from California. Makes her a little softer. Graduated from high school at the age of 16. It makes her a little smarter than me, honestly. Build is slim. 223 pounds. I've got 100. I'm double her weight. And almost a foot taller than her. She's straight. She has a neck tattoo? I think she's in good shape. She was the Invisible Woman. So she's, I don't think it's... Little Horse. Fish with Light, honestly, again, is an easy kill. It comes in waves. Big ass fish. I'm in the water against this big ass fish. This one looks like it'll fuck me up more. I think big ass fish is an easy kill as well. It's got, look, you can see the gills from here, man. If you've seen The Boys, you know the gills are a weak spot. Bambi's dead. I feel bad. I feel like I'm really disrespecting these beautiful creations from God, but I'm also one of God's creations. The sheep? Where'd I put the goat? I wish there was an easier category, because sheep and goat. Honestly, I'm more scared of a goat because it has horns. The crows. A bunch of crows. I think they were kind of overreacting in the Hitchcock movie. What's her name? Titty Barker? Not her name. Tinny. No. It starts with a T. Crow's movie. I'm going to know it when I see it. Her name's not Titty Barker. It's Hitchcock. Give me the fucking Tippi Hedren. Tippi Hedren, not Titty Barker. Yeah, man. I think the Crows are easy. This Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker, I don't know what his deal is. I think it's again in sort of a, I think it's probably bigger than it looks in this picture. It's definitely bigger than the picture. Oh, you can't really see those. There. How about this? It's a little bigger than it looks in the picture from my estimation. So I think we'll give it 50-50 just because Jabba the Hutt, you know, he's not the most agile, but if he gets his hands on you, if you get under him, you're slimed for days. You're definitely slimed for days. This little woodland creature looking ass, dead. Like that's an easy one. Cheetah? Maybe this is the cheetah and that last one was the jaguar. I put them in similar categories, honestly. Cheetah and jaguar are equal. Both have spots. If there was a Dalmatian, he'd go in that category as well. Black bear? That's a no-go zone for me. There's not a chance in hell. The warthog? The mighty, boisterous warthog, played by Seth Rogen? I'm a little scared of them. I think they've got some hidden power. They've got some hidden juice. I think it's kind of a sleeper build, honestly. It is a little small, and I've seen people get a hold of them pretty easily. So I think it puts up a fight, but I think it's a little closer than you'd think. Red Panda, unless they're going... What's that movie called? Unless they're going Mount Chilliwack. What the fuck is that movie called with the girl? Red Panda Pixar movie. Turning Red. Unless they're going Turning Red mode, I think I've got it pretty easily against the Red Panda. Honestly, I thought this would be more entertaining. I thought this would be closer. I didn't know that I was the fiercest killer in the land. The toucan, look, love the toucan. I appreciate the fruits and the loops that it provides for us. But the toucan's easy. It's just a small bird with a big back. Fucking grab the beak, shake it. And the bunny, look, bunny is very cute. I won't feel good about it, but the bunny dies quite easily. Yeah. I think this is a good list. I think this is actually almost 100% accurate to what it would be like. Where most of these fuckers are dead. We can take a look at the community ranking just to see how I stack up against the average. I will put it to the test if you need me to. I think we've got a lot of betas in the chat. Not in the chat. I meant doing this. Sorry, not in the chat. Yeah. What you think the frog? You're gonna lick the frog by accident? Like, what are you talking about, man? Look. For now. Just wait till I get an alt account in there. Yeah. I'm probably pretty much the same on this level. Pretty close on this one. There's a fair amount of similarities here. They're the dogs. I think they're not appreciating the difference in dogs. Here is they've put the man and the woman on the same category. Is that wrong? I'm not trying to be anti-feminist here. I'm just saying I've got 150 pounds on Jennifer Alba. I think that has to come into play. The fact that I'm literally more than twice her size. Jessica Alba, sorry. I appreciate her as an actress and everything she's done, but so you were the Invisible Woman. I'm the Thing. We can can we download that? We'll download that. It is 10:30 my time. So we have a couple options here. A handful of options. We can... Oh. Thank you, Windows, for snapping. What the fuck is it trying to do to me here, man? Snapping all the fucking everything to fucking... I hate this Windows, man. I hate these updates. Why do they keep updating shit? The shit's already good. Just quit fucking with it, man. I should be the CEO of Microsoft. We've got a couple options here. And Swan Buckets, I'll let you have a fair amount of input into this. Buy those bots that have been advertised? I'm surprised actually we haven't gotten a bot advertisement yet. There's the Ultimate Movie tier list. There's NBA GOATs tier list. There's Rank Male Celebrities tier list by hotness. Office characters. Acting male actors by skill. And film franchise tier list. Do any of those sound interesting to you? And my stats will come into play for all of those. I know. You have no preference. That... Okay, well, it doesn't help me at all. We'll do the film franchise tier list. I'll save the hot actors for later. Maybe another late night goon sesh or something. I think these are relatively effective rankings here. S to F. There's not a lot here. I have deep experience with almost every one of these. Yeah, are there any that I haven't really seen? The Lord of the Rings I haven't seen. Let's change F to haven't seen all. Or just haven't seen. So let's start with The Godfather. See, The Godfather's tough because they did recently expand the franchise. And also I haven't seen the second or the third one. I've heard the second's good. I've heard the third one's good. Or the third one's bad. And I don't want to watch the show. What's it called? The Promotion or whatever? The Pentecostal church? Proposal. The Proposal. I'm going to give you a proposal you can refuse. Hey, give me the gabagoo. I gabago. But, is that We put F. We don't pussy out. We have to rank them. I'm not just gonna, I haven't seen Toy Story 5. I haven't seen, Doctor No. I haven't seen that. No. We're gonna be men. We're gonna act like men. Rating the franchises for what franchises are, which is a collection of movies that tell a story over time. They don't have to all be interconnected, but they tell a story over time about related characters. If a third of the movies are considered poor and they made a show that no one really gave a fuck about, it's B tier. I'm sorry, it's B tier. You can have one of the best movies of all time. It's B tier. When we get to Star Wars, you better watch because your hair is going to get blown back. I can probably get rid of my stats. Marvel Studios. It's hard. It's a quantity over quality for sure with Marvel. Wow. Swan's agreeing with me. I think Marvel is still an A, though. I've done a couple rewatches. Not through the whole thing. That's psychotic. But where you like watch the big ones up until Endgame and you're like, fuck. Man, it pays off. There are some absolute stinkers. Thor the Dark World is quite a stinker. Captain Marvel's not great. Not ideal. What are some other stinkers? Thor Love and Thunder is a stinker. I think it's a good idea to stop watching after Endgame. Post Endgame, there are a lot of stinkers. Pre-Endgame, first Captain America, honestly, in my opinion, kind of a stinker. Iron Man 2, a bit of a stinker. Iron Man 3, I like it, but it's a bit of a stinker. So, honestly, Avengers 1 is a bit of a stinker. But I think what it became makes it an A tier. John Wick. Haters will say that I'm biased. Haters will say that I'm lying. Haters will say John Wick isn't the best franchise or one of the best franchises we have. But the haters will be wrong. Because what John Wick does is it knows what you want and it gives that to you every single movie. Oh, there's a little bit too much. Oh, I don't understand. Oh, is this spine network? Shut the fuck up. John Wick's an S tier franchise because you're getting what you want every time. You get guns and violence. Swan Bucket's right. You get guns and violence. Oh, the world building's a little messy. Oh, how about you suck on my knob? Sorry, that's aggressive language. I shouldn't be saying that. That's aggressive language. But why don't you suck it? I have a slight contention to Disney Animated Studios being a franchise. Because, so then there's franchises within the franchise. Like, Lion King has a franchise, right? So, I think that's a little tough. But, and also they've had a fair amount of stinkies. Hey, guys, PU, we've got a couple stinkies in the chat. We're going to put it C tier. And also, like, animation, look, we don't need to debate this, but animation's kind of for kids. Harry Potter. We're on the precipice of something interesting with Harry Potter. With this TV show coming out, which could change the general public's opinion of the show, because they've, cast a little girl that's not white, honestly. Which I think is kind of BS. And I think there's no point to it. But also, I think there's no point to, complaining about it, I mean. But I think there's no point in actually making this TV show. Because what's going to happen is what happens when they make a TV show for any other franchise, like Star Wars, where you've really got an hour and 45 minutes of story, but you're stretching it up to 8 hours. The Harry Potter that exists on this date, June 6th, 2025, is damn near perfect. From when they're kids in the first one to Deathly Hallows Part 2. There is nary a miss. Maybe Order of the Phoenix is a miss because it's kind of like a lot of shoe leather. And I don't think they really had a handle on the book. But Harry Potter's an S tier right now. There's a chance that they Percy Jackson this TV show, and it's fucked up, and it's bad, and it sucks. I feel like that I need to rewatch the Harry Potter franchise all the time. And I don't even like it that much. Now, they've also had some slip-ups, to be fair. There is the J.K. Rowling of it all. I'm not going to try and ignore that. And then there's also the Fantastic Beasts thing, which I guess I should include unless that's in its own category under here, which it doesn't look like it is. So I guess we have to count Fantastic Beasts, but also we could memory hole that. Because it doesn't have Harry in it. Like, it's not Harry Potter. It's just in the world of Hogwarts or the Wizarding World or whatever the fuck. The original Spider-Man trilogy. Or maybe this is all the Spider-Man movies. It doesn't look like they have the other Spider-Man trilogies here, so I'm going to take that as all the Spider-Man movies. I appreciate the first Tobey and the second Tobey and the third Tobey. They're a little before my time. Sorry. I appreciate the first Andrew Garfield. I think the second Andrew Garfield is actively poor. And I like Homecoming. I like Far From Home. And I kind of dislike No Way Home. So if we're averaging that out, you're probably getting a 65 on the test. Which is C level. A lot of people will say Spider-Man's one of the best superhero franchises. I think they're lying. I think they're virtue signaling. And I don't think Spider-Man actually desires that. Spider-Man doesn't desire lies. Look, I appreciate it. It's not that good. Night at the Museum. This is a howitzer. Honestly and honestly, this is a howitzer. You've got Ben Stiller at the peak of his powers, with celebrity cameos out the wazoo. And it's a magical world that's mystical and fun. Sign me the fuck up. Oh, historical figures come to life? The museum lives? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Give me more of the stuff like that. It's a B tier franchise. Robin Williams is a GOAT. Bob Black Sheep, have you any Robin Williams for me, please? Night at the Museum is good. And people don't appreciate it because Ben Stiller's fallen off in recent years in terms of movies. He does one Walter Mitty and everyone's freaking the fuck out. But Ben Stiller is a man of high quality. The Hobbit, I don't give a fuck. I mean, yeah, you're gonna turn a 100-page book into 3 movies. How about you suck me? That's needlessly aggressive. It's F tier. I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna see it. I don't care about elves. I don't care about. I was gonna say I don't care about little people. I don't care about hobbits. I don't care about Martin Freeman. I don't care about Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't care about most British actors. Sorry. I don't care. I know, Swan Buckets, you're from New Zealand. I know. That's kind of blasphemous for me to say that to you. You have a whole town or whatever, and everyone's a little hobbit or something. They run around with bare feet, their toes poking out of their little leather booties or something. And you haven't seen them. Which, that's... Okay, now that's like me not knowing the Canadian national anthem. Like, what do you mean? Oh, Canada, our home and native land. Fuck The Hobbit. I don't care. I'm not going to watch that for as long as I live. If my kid says... If me and my kid have a rocky relationship and they say, will you please watch The Hobbit with me? I would really love to spend time with you. I'd say, go find your mother. I don't care. Resident Evil. I don't know if I've seen one of these. I think they're mostly directed by Paul W.S. Thomas? His name's the same. Paul... PTA. Paul Thomas Anderson. So it's Paul W.S. Thomas? Something like that. I don't know. He's married to Mila Djokovic. They make a lot of money. I'm not sure the quality's there. And they're kind of like early 2000s Matrix ripoffs from what I've seen, which knocks them down a peg. The Matrix is better because that's what happened first. It's kind of like The Crow. Like, maybe The Crow existed first in, like, comic book form, but, like, then it's kind of stolen valor because the Matrix kind of did all your shit, bro. Resident Evil, we'll put it in E tier because at least they're probably, like, kind of fun. Star Wars, this is where it's going to get tough. Star Wars has devalued this franchise. If Star Wars was a stock, we're looking at fucking Enron. Like, this thing is tanking. And no one seems to know how to save it. If we're making this tier list pre The Force Awakens, and, like, I don't think The Force Awakens is coming out, we're talking an A tier franchise. It's got 4 really good movies. But then you put The Force Awakens in and you're like, that's, fun enough. I guess we can keep it at A tier. Oh, and then The Last Jedi. It's good. I like some stuff in it. I guess we'll keep it at A tier. Rise of Skywalker? Oh. And it makes those last 2 movies look even worse? Oh. And there's 35 TV shows about people you don't give a fuck about? Oh no. And they keep making TV shows, and they're making a movie about one of the TV shows, and they keep announcing movies. They keep announcing movies that aren't going to get made. Oh no. And now the one movie that's going through is like a fucking... Who is it? Sean Levy? You're letting Sean Levy be the one? Now, the animated shows, maybe they bring it back up. Swan Buckets, that's a good point. The animated shows, I've heard, are good. I'm not going to watch them because, number one, why are they posting them out of order? I don't want to have to look at a thing and be like, oh, this one's next and this one's next. I don't want to be derogatory, but I'm not a fucking nerd. But I've heard the animated shows are good. So Star Wars at this point, again, June 6, 2025, That's a D tier franchise. Because of what they've done to it. Back to the Future, on the other hand, is a perfect gem that I hope they never touch again. 1 is an all-time classic. 2 is a fun romp that talks about the real issues of the world, a la Donald Trump. 3 is highly underrated and incredibly fun. They make a train go back in the future. There's running gags throughout. Like every version of Biff gets shit poured on him. That's sick. Marty McFly, to this day, still one of the coolest motherfuckers. Back to the Future is an S tier. Narnia, they couldn't even get that bitch finished, man. They did 2. Fucking put a 3rd out. No one cared. And now they're getting Greta Gerwig to put it back together. And I like Greta Gerwig a lot. But I don't love that she's spending like probably a total of 6 years on Narnia. But as Narnia exists today, it's like a D tier. That's in the Star Wars bucket, man. That's a D tier. Toy Story. I like some of the Toy Story movies. I like them. I've seen 1. I've seen 2. I think I've seen 3. I've heard 4 is good. I think they're doing a 5. I'm going to put Toy Story in B tier. Part of it is like it's animation, so I'm kind of like, I knock it down a little bit. I am a bit prejudiced against animation, and, you know, I'll live with that. That's something that I can live with. But also, like, it's not Marvel. That's for sure. You know what else isn't Marvel? Mission Impossible. People are glazing Mission Impossible these days. Oh, Final Reckoning. We have to look at Tom Cruise. He's our greatest movie star. He's the greatest star. He's going to die on camera for us. Oh, he's our savior. Maybe make the movies good. Dead Reckoning. There were some cool stunts. Yeah, cool. He jumps off the fucking cliff on a motorcycle. Sick. What about the other 2 hours and 45 minutes that are boring as hell? Anyone thought about that? Oh, Mission Impossible Fallout's one of the greatest movies of the century? What? You think it's one of the greatest action movies of the century? This is me. I'm subtweeting the big picture right now. Mission Impossible Fallout. I think it's good and it's fun, and I'll let people have things. But it's not that good, to be fair. Ghost Protocol is fun. I like the gadgets. I love the idea of Mission Impossible more than I love the movies. I think that's the issue I have with it. And I think it's a B tier franchise. Like, I don't think there's any... I think they're killing the value of it because these movies are coming out and they're not very good. And they're based on the back of like 15 total minutes of stunts. James Bond. One of our great franchises, for sure, historically. Some would say one of the first franchises. They've handled the succession issue much better than almost any franchise has. Especially any of the modern ones. Star Wars fucked it up. Spider-Man did it okay. Marvel has fucked it up for the most part. We'll see how Ballerina does this weekend. And we'll see how Harry Potter does. But it's better than Mission Impossible for sure. It's what Mission Impossible should be instead of what Mission Impossible is. And the Daniel Craig stuff, there's 2 weak movies. There's Spectre, and then there's Quantum of Solace, which are kind of weak. But the other 3 are good. The other 3 are bangers. And then you keep going back. You get the fun Brosnan ones. You get the Roger Moore ones that are crazy. There's the Sean Connery ones that are, a little weird, but like charming. And then there's also a future that we have to look forward to of a new James Bond. And we can be like relatively confident that it's going to be okay. And hopefully it's a slightly different take, which is something that I love, that each Bond kind of has a different take. But Bond is an A-tier franchise in my eyes. X-Men, I'm worried currently about X-Men. And the other thing about X-Men is like, we kind of have that problem where the movies aren't as good as you think they are. X-Men 1 is it's good, but it's not the movie you remember it being. X-Men 2, that's the good one. X-Men 3 is bad. Then we get into the reboot stuff. We get First Class, which is fine. We get some other one. I don't know. Days of Future Past, which is all right. Somewhere in there's the 2 Wolverine movies. I don't know how to tell them apart. I don't know why there's 2 different ones. We're moving down. We're moving down. There's also some animated shows. Cool. Doesn't really play into this. They do like a new trilogy. There's The Apocalypse. There's Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in theaters. Are we reaching E tier? Is that what's... No. It's D tier, for sure. And maybe when they get into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they can be revamped. But honestly, the X-Men movies aren't as good as you think they are. They've had bigger cultural impact. They've had a big cultural impact. But they're not as good as you think. Meet the Fockers, on the other hand. The first one fucking rips. Okay? The first, Meet the Parents. Meet the Parents is incredible. It's De Niro's turn. Not his first turn into comedy, but maybe his best turn into comedy. Aside from Dirty Grandpa. Stiller is at the top of his game. It was probably it was one of the biggest movies of the year. Meet the Fockers levels up, in my opinion, on Meet the Parents. They take quite the hit with Little Fockers. Little Fockers is a nightmare. I don't think it was necessary. I think there's somewhere else for them to go. So, Meet the Parents is going in B tier. Rocky. Rocky's kind of like your drunk uncle who says a couple funny things, talks back to your dad, but makes, he's a little blue collar, he's a little rough around the edges, but you love him because he's family. Rocky's a C tier franchise. If you include the Creeds, maybe, well, honestly, there's one good Creed. The second Creed is like fine. And for the most part, what's going to happen, which is a problem with sports movies. But it kind of created that problem, honestly. The Dark Knight trilogy, and I think this also is just Batman in general, because there's no Batman specific one. So we're going to take this as Batman. 89 Batman, directed by Tim Burton, is an all-time classic and one of the best depictions of a superhero ever. One of the most completely built worlds, one of the most interesting worlds a superhero's ever lived in. And levels up with, what's the second one called? Batman Returns. Then they don't get Burton back for the next one. They hit us with, I think, Val Kilmer's Batman, which has Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones, which is not good. We get George Clooney's Batman. Batman and Robin. Not good. Like, there's things to appreciate. There's things to appreciate for sure. There's things to appreciate for sure, but it's not good. Then we get a little bit of a sprinkle, a little bit of a saving grace. What's the first one? What's that first one called? Batman? It's just called Batman. Batman Begins. Good. You're like, I didn't know they could make a movie like this. I didn't know they could make a superhero movie like this. This is like serious. This is like a real drama. The Dark Knight. Overrated, but good. People glaze it. The Dark Knight Returns. He cooked with that one. Honestly, he cooked with The Dark Knight Returns. People are scared to say it, but he cooked with The Dark Knight Returns. We get into a bit of a fallow period with the Batflecks of the world. But there's no Batman movie yet in that time. Unless you count Batman vs. Superman, but I don't really. And then we get to Robert Pattinson, who may end up being the best Batman and may end up having the best movies. That's a long-winded way for me to say Batman's an A-tier franchise right now, and it's only going up. And I think there's a chance it gets into S-tier, but there's a couple dragging it down. But if the Batman 2 hits, it's S-tier. You even love the Val Kilmer and the George Clooney one? Especially the ones with Heath Ledger's Joker. Well, it's just the one. He's just in the one. He cooked on Dark Knight Returns. I think all the Nolan ones are good. The Lord of the Rings, again, don't give a fuck. I don't care about the Lord of the Rings. I don't care about a fucking elf and an orc and a fucking wizard and LARPing. We're not LARPing here, okay? We don't need to be LARPing. This is real life. Oh, it's the war of the do. Fuck them. And Swan Buckets agrees with me. Oh, my friend Adam, he's always trying to get me, watch Lord of the Rings with me. Oh, yeah, sure I will. After I put a shotgun in my mouth. Probably shouldn't say that. Lord of the Rings is F tier. And they made a show. And they made a couple seasons of a show that no one gives a fuck about. And it's related to The Hobbit. Talk about guilty by association. Jesus. Hangover. These movies are not good. The Hangover movies are not good. And anytime I see someone who has the baby from The Hangover, and it's a baby on board sticker on the back of their fucking GMC Sierra or whatever, and it's the baby from Hangover, they should get their child taken away. If you have a baby on board sticker and it's the little baby from The Hangover, you're not a parent anymore. You're not allowed to be a parent because you obviously have bad decision making. And we can't have that. We can't have that. I'm sorry. Look, I know you birthed this child, but you put the sticker on your car, so you're guilty. You're guilty of a crime. Of being stupid. And honestly, that should go for almost everyone with a baby on board sticker. But some people need a little grace. Some people, you can tell they're going through it with the baby on board sticker. If they have more than one, a tragedy struck that family. Kung Fu Panda. I think I've seen all of these. Maybe not the newest one, because I think it came out like 2 years ago or something. And I didn't go see it. I heard it was decent. And I liked them for the most part. I think these movies are fun enough, and I think it's a C tier franchise. I think, you know, it's no one's favorite franchise, or no reasonable person's favorite franchise, I should say. But it's good enough. It gets the job done. It's working 9 to 5, and it's bringing home the bacon. Now, The Nightmare on Elm Street, if you're talking messy, if you want to talk messy, if you want to talk Lola Young, and I'm too messy and then I'm too fucking clean, but it's just too messy, that's The Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. I've seen the first one. I think I've seen, like, the remake one with Kate Mara. And then I think I saw one where he, like, fought Jesus or something, or, like, Judas, or I don't know. He fought someone who he shouldn't have been fighting. Maybe it was just Freddy Krueger. I don't know. The Mummy. The Mummy, I'm going to include the 3 Brendan Fraser movies, or all the Brendan Fraser movies. I think there's 3 of them, though. Scorpion King. You have to include Scorpion King. Only the one with The Rock in it, though. Because they made, like, 17 other ones with, like, no-name action stars. And then we have to include the Tom Cruise in there. The first Mummy is one of the great films. Period. Mummy 2, pretty good. Scorpion King, oh, what the fuck are we doing? Oh, yikes, yikes, yikes. Mummy 3, I remember it being not very good. And I don't even know if it exists. Maybe I made that one up. The Tom Cruise one, incoherent modern blockbuster bullshit. It doesn't make any sense, really. There's nothing that you see in it and you appreciate. This has ripe reboot potential if they have the right person, the right people working on it, and they go for more of the comedy angle. Because Tom Cruise went for, I'm going to make this shit serious, we're going to start the Monsterverse. That's not what this should be. It's a D tier franchise for now. They could reboot it, bring it to the fucking moon. The Hunger Games, one of these ones where it's like, guys, you keep making them. And I love Rachel Ziegler. She's a star to watch, in my opinion. I don't understand. I didn't watch Snow White because I don't really want to watch a live action Snow White movie. It doesn't mean anything to me. Which is great in West Side Story, great in Y2K. Pretty good in Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. She's all right in Shazam too, but she doesn't really have much to do. But you shouldn't be making the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That said, the 4 Jennifer Lawrence movies are quite good. And they are kind of in the rewatch rotation. Every 18 to 24 months, my wife will be like, we're watching Hunger Games. And I won't put up a fight. Maze Runner is also in that rotation, though those films get worse and worse. The worst ones by far are the Divergent ones of that era. So bad that they didn't even finish them. But Hunger Games right now is a C tier. They have a new book that came out. Divergent is a nightmare. But there was a new Hunger Game book that came out, and I assume a movie to go along with that will be coming. There's a chance it's good. Because the arena fighting, the battle royale of it all, is almost always electric. But there is a lot of, like, bullshit around it sometimes. Especially with Songbirds and Snakes, where you're like, guys, let's focus in, please. I don't really care about you having 3 special little parts. I want to see a bunch of teenagers kill each other with weapons. The most recent Hunger Game movie is fine. I watched it on a plane. That's the level of movie it is, in my mind. Rush Hour. I think I've seen all of these at some point. Part of me wonders about the racial tension, for sure. It's an interesting topic for someone else to talk about, I think. Maybe the way Chris Tucker talks to Jackie Chan is not the most comfortable. But if you're watching the movies, they're fun and you can enjoy them. But again, I'm going to put it in E tier. Just give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. Got quite an important call. I got 15 minutes. I'm not going to get through all of these. We're going to have to do a part 2. Because I have a lot of opinions on some of these. Rambo is one that I have a couple opinions on. Grab out the important ones. Okay, let's order them here. From most to least important. MIB, Alien, Twilight. Okay, Shrek. I recently just rewatched 2 of the 4 existing Shrek movies. 3 is not very good. 2 is good. 1 is good. 4 is not very good. I think there's a good chance that Shrek is good when it comes back. But we're kind of in a holding pattern right now. It's a bit of a holding pattern just because it is Illumination. The animation style's a little different. Part of the Shrek thing is that it looks like shit, kind of. But I think it's informed comedy more than almost any other franchise that exists. So we're in a bit of a holding pattern. It can bump up. Definitely can, but it can also bump down. Cars. Cars is fun. Cars is cool. Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. The ka-chow of it all. The video games were decent. That's fair. I want to put D, but I'm going to put C. I want to put D, but I'm going to put C just because I once heard it be said that Cars 2 makes Cars 3 looks like Cars 1. Cars 1 is pretty good. Cars 2 is not very good. Cars 3 is in the middle. Indiana Jones. This is my dearly beloved, or one of them. There are few franchises that get me as excited and full of imagination as Indiana Jones. But the fact that they keep making movies and they don't really have a succession plan that seems viable is worrying me. Because I don't want it to die with Harrison Ford. And I know it won't because there's probably going to be money in them making it. But they gotta figure this shit out, man. They gotta figure it out. if they're going to keep the lineage going or if they're just going to go hardcore reboot. Let's get some new person to jump in and take the mantle of Indy. So it's an A tier. Dial of Destiny was probably the movie that year that I was most wishing was going to be really good. And it wasn't. It was too long. It was too overstuffed. And they're playing too much on some of the shit that it doesn't really matter. I would have liked if they brought Short Round back. It was disappointing. In Crystal Skull, there are fun parts, but once you get to the last 45 minutes, you're kind of like, the fuck are we doing here? The first three are almost unimpeachable. Temple of Doom is like a lot, but they're unimpeachable, the first three. Jurassic Park. Almost no franchise has eaten out off one movie for longer. Jurassic Park 1 is one of the great blockbuster films of all time. Lost World is fine. The third one, I don't even know what the third one's called, but it's also fine. Then we get into Jurassic World territory. Oh, sorry. Who asked for a whole dinosaur world? Then the two arguably most deplorably bad movies that continue a franchise in many years. And then we're getting a third one that's with no offense to Scarlett Johansson, but what the fuck is this movie? Why would I want to go see this movie? It's a D tier. The first Jurassic Park is one of the great movies of all time. And then everyone after that is worse than the last. Give me 1 second. Mad Max. Mad Max is my beloved child. And honestly, an Indiana Jones tier for me. Fury Road is an all-time favorite of mine. I have come to appreciate Furiosa more and more as I've seen it more. I think Road Warrior is great. I think Thunderdome is great. I think the first one is interesting. But honestly, the newer stuff really gets me going with Mad Max. And I like Mad Max. And the world has a lot that you can push on. And really is able to allow people to give great performances with simplistic plots. Rambo's not important. Despicable Me. Whoever invented crack cocaine went to work on Despicable Me. Because kids love that shit. I think it's probably a B tier. It is kind of this generation Shrek, which I think explains a lot. We're going to put it Shrek tier. But I don't like it. Frankly, I don't even love it. Pirates of the Caribbean. More fun than you remember them being. That's for sure. But I don't want to watch Johnny Depp almost ever anymore. I'm tired of whatever. He is like Austin Butler when people were like, wow, he can't get his voice unstuck. Johnny Depp did that shit, but with with it being a pirate. How are we letting that happen? I don't want to watch Johnny Depp anymore. If they find a new way to do Pirates of the Caribbean, which they won't, most likely, then cool. But as for right now, Pirates of the Caribbean is dead to me. Sorry. Twilight. One of the most influential franchises of my generation. The quality of the movies is not where you want it to be, but the cultural impact is definitely there. And if they made another movie, which they won't, which is kind of good. It's probably an S tier. And as a franchise, the fact that they've stopped kind of bumps it down. I think it's a B tier. It's a B tier franchise. Avatar, I don't know how you don't put Avatar in S tier. 2 movies have come out. They've each been the highest grossing of all time. They've each been crowd pleasing. They've each been 3 hours long in a almost fully CGI world in a world that's not based on any prior IP. The franchise is honestly probably one of the strongest in Hollywood. And people are going to go see Fire and Ash at Christmas. And it's going to make another $2 billion. And the movie's going to be good. And it's going to be 4 hours long. It's crazy. But it is one of the strongest franchises in Hollywood right now. Ocean's 11. And we're counting the Frank Sinatra one from 1960 or whatever, which is not good. But then we get the Soderbergh ones, 11, 12, and 13, which honestly are all good. And then we get to Ocean's 8. And I get it. We wanted a little girl power when Trump was getting elected. I'm not trying to be rude. But it doesn't work. And we can probably make a female-centered movie that isn't related to Ocean's 11. That is a great heist. So why don't we try doing that? I hope they never make another one. I hope Soderbergh doesn't get suckered into making another one. He might, though. But Ocean's 11 is a franchise. Honestly, is a B tier. Because I don't see where they go from here. DC, if you were asking me 3 years ago, it's going 8.5. The Snyder Cut shit, almost everything they've released after, Black Adam, Blue Beetle, the Aquaman movie that they just kind of dumped. But with James Gunn at the helm, we're crawling back up the ranks. We're crawling back up. And we're not in the Star Wars rank, because Star Wars is going down. We're in the middle. We're in a waiting period. If the Superman is good, brother, we've got a rocket ship on our hands. If Superman's bad, that is going down to F tier. Because they are just not able to make DC movies, for the most part. Successfully, at least. And our last one, because we should put The Matrix in there. But I don't really care about most of these other ones, honestly. The Matrix, one good movie, again, it's kind of a Jurassic Park situation here. Where you've got one really good movie, and then 3 where you're like, what the fuck happened? So we're putting it in the Jurassic Park Star Wars tier. Again, one of the great movies, the first Matrix, captures a cultural phenomenon so well, but it just doesn't work after that. Our last and our most important, honestly, Fast and Furious. It's an A. It's an S tier. The most diverse franchise in Hollywood without having to preach about it. Every movie, again, delivers what you want. They are silly, for the most part. You're going to see fast cars. You're going to come away feeling good. There's a heartfelt, emotional story in almost everyone, somehow. And the characters are fun to be around. Is Fast X one of the worst films I've seen ever in theaters? Yes, it is. It is. And Hobbs and Shaw is no shining diamond as well. And F8 is also, Fate of the Furious is also not very good. But 1, all-time classic. 2, pretty fun. Underrated, honestly. 3, Tokyo Drift. Quite entertaining for what it is. 4, a great reboot of a franchise internally. Honestly, an example of what a lot of these franchises should be doing with internal reboots. 5, one of the great action movies of all time, better than Mission Impossible Fallout, hand over fist. And I'll defend that opinion to the day I die. 6, pretty good. Honestly underrated. 7, another incredible movie, emotionally affecting, Paul Walker's Last Dance, which, makes it tough for them, but golly, if I didn't have a wet little eye in the theater while I was watching that. 8, too much rock. Too much of the rock. 9, I think we're coming back. We've got Justin Lin. He's making it work. 10, bad. We'll see what 11 does. And honestly, it might drop it down. But I believe in the power that comes from a world brought together as one. Thank you for watching. This has been me tier listing animals I can beat the shit out of, and then also movie franchises. I think this is probably definitive. I don't think anyone could have an argument about this. Let's download that image just real quick. Swan, I appreciate that. And I hope you have a great, I guess probably morning, because it's night here. So thank you. And anyone else who tuned in or is tuning in on the VOD, 3:30 p.m. there. Jesus Christ. I appreciate it. And I will see you on Monday. Have a great night.